can speak now with the founder and CEO of the crowdfunding company OurCrowd, Jonathan Medved. He joins us now from live from Tel Aviv. Nice to see you, sir. Look, 2012 was a really interesting year for the tech space. Talk to me about 2013.
I think 2013 is going to be unbelievable. Here in Israel, where I'm based, the ecosystem is more than healthy. We have another year of over $2 billion invested in probably close to 600 different startups, over $5 billion of tech M&A, including from players such as Apple Computer, who already made a $400 million purchase of Anobit and have now been rumored to be looking at the Israeli traffic social company called Waze. There's just so much activity going on. Literally, we're talking about almost 2 deals a day getting done in this country in terms of tech investment. What I think the next wave is going to be is allowing the public, at least the right kind of public, accredited investors, to join this early stage tech investment phenomena, and that's going to happen through crowdfunding. Clearly, there's new legislation coming aboard in the US and other countries, but initially this is going to be for accredited investors, people who can make significant investments. That's why we founded OurCrowd. OurCrowd is allowing accredited investors to put as little as $10,000 into specific companies.
John, are you concerned about still the kind of the underlying recessionary environment that may be, asking people not to put part with their cash? Do you think OurCrowd will gain if there's more traction and if consumers feel more confident?
Well, obviously, a rising tide lifts all ships. But if you go to Silicon Valley, you don't feel a particularly tough recession. And here in Israel, the macro environment's very, very good. Last year, we had 3.5% growth. While that's down over 1% from the year before, it's still, everything's relative, and it sounds pretty darn good vis-a-vis the rest of the world. Our unemployment here is near all-time lows in the 6s. And you don't feel that kind of a recessionary environment here. Now, what we're allowing people to do is wherever they are around the world, whether it's in the United States or in Europe or in Asia, they can now use the web to access these early stage technology companies and to actually make investments. Again, it's got to be specific kinds of people who are what are called accredited investors, who actually have some sophistication. But for the first time, instead of who do you know, it's whether or not you're sophisticated enough to use the web to find these interesting early stage investment opportunities.
Jonathan, if I look at the tech heat map, where are the hotspots?
Well, I like a lot of the companies that are going after big data. I think that Mellanox, which is traded down recently, is still a very strong company. I think that smart bandwidth and bandwidth monetization, like the company a lot here in Israel, is very interesting. I like Plant Genomics, a little company called Evogene, who's traded here in Israel. And I think that essentially anything related to the cloud or to the next generation of e-commerce. For example, on OurCrowd, we invested in a company called Abe's Market, who are building an online, essentially, destination site for organic products worldwide. And I think that the next generation of e-commerce is going to be very, very interesting.
All right, Jonathan, thank you so much. Jonathan Medved there, founder and chief executive officer at OurCrowd.